Ronda, I know you knew when you signed up for this fight, the attention, everything that it was going to entail, but how has this lived up to your expectations? Do you realize it was going to be this big?
No, I didn't think it would be this big. It's a little bit surprising. I just feel bad that I can't get to everybody. You know, a lot of people go through a lot of trouble to come to these events and just see me for a few seconds, and I just don't have a few seconds for everyone. So to everybody that I missed, I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys taking the time, but there's only one of me.
With all the media obligations and everything that you had, have you been able to enjoy this process at all? Has it just been work, or has it been fun, you know, getting to experience all this?
Yeah, it's fun, but I'm going to sit back and enjoy it after I win, you know? I'm not going to sit back and be like, hey, everything's fabulous, and I still have the fight in front of me. The fight's the number one thing that's important, and then after that, I'll take a few moments to reflect and enjoy.
Liz, obviously a very respectful competitor, none of the trash talking, any of that. Do you like that? Do you like the fact that this is really more of a respectful build-up, or do you wish there was a little bit more of a rivalry or anything?
You know what? This is a historical event, and I think it's good that it's entirely positive. It doesn't need to be any kind of bickering to get attention, and then itself is an attention getter in its own. It's the first for UFC, it's the first for women fighters, and an argument is not going to make it any more important.
Is there a lot of pressure on you to win this fight, given that, you know, you're pretty much the reason why they kickstarted off this division for women?
There's a pressure for me to win every fight. When I did judo, I had 5 to 7 matches in a day. You wouldn't make it to the final to fight for the gold medal unless you won the first round.
But no,
so I treat every single match like it's the biggest deal. The first round of the day is as much pressure as the last round of the day, and I just thought of all these fights as a very staggered and elongated judo tournament. So, no, I mean, there's a lot more people around and a lot more attention, but when I'm fighting, I don't see them.
Have you ever knocked out somebody in sparring or anything else?
I don't want to, like, be roasty, so I'm not going to say anything.
Well, I mean, I wasn't asking you to brag, just do you know what it feels like to knock somebody else out? Like, have you ever done it? Some fighters, I remember when Matt Hughes retired, he said, like, that was his biggest regret, is that he never got, like, that one-punch knockout. Do you have that? Do you know what it's like?
That would still be giving it away, wouldn't it? My avoidance of the question is the answer in itself. Think about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Has there been anything in this process that's been overwhelming to you?
It's still a little overwhelming. I don't know about you guys. But no, I mean, I can deal with it. I was expecting it to kind of be a little bit of a chaotic circus kind of thing, and met those expectations and a little bit more, but there's no amount of media, there's no loss of sleep, there's nothing that really can save this combination of those things, so whatever. This is the situation I'm going to deal with, and I'm going to win anyway.
I'm sure you'll be glad to know your mom shared some good stories about you when she was out here. One of them was that she thought after you won the first title, the Strikeforce title, you might have gotten a little into buying your own hype, and she had a little sit down with you. Do you remember that? And is that something that
she would sit down with me all the time. She thought I'd been buying my own hype since I was 16 years old. And I always sound like, Mom, I trained so hard. Why can't you tell me that I'm doing good? She's like, don't think you're so awesome because of this, and you're not as cool as you think you are. I've been hearing that since I was 16 years old. So, no, that's the same speech that I've been getting periodically. Everyone's constantly like, it's my job to check your ego. And I'm like, hey, everybody is just telling me don't think too much of yourself. I'm like, I'm not, because everyone else is taking on the same job that you are. So I have to come to events like this for everyone to be like, hey, you're so cool. So when I go home, everyone's like, don't think you're so cool. So yeah, it's good.
Ronda, does it make any sense to you? Can you justify Tito and Cyborg going to be released from the UFC?
No, I really don't see the sense in it at all, especially since Dana said he would let her fight Indica and would pay all the bills and her purse and everything. So I think it's just a plea for attention and an attempt to try and stay relevant. I mean, she hasn't had a recorded win in over 3 years, and the fight that she picked up is a chick that I beat in 26 seconds while I had 9 stitches in my foot from a pit bull bite 3 days before. And my mom hit me with a text the day that they announced that. She's like, unless she walks in and hits her and the other girl explodes, I'm not going to be impressed. So, I mean, I don't know what she's really trying to prove in this fight, because it's not going to prove anything. But maybe it's just the only shape they could find to pick it up.
Are you tired of hearing her name?
No, I mean, I'm really not tired of any of this as part of the job. I'm sure she's way more tired of hearing my name. I have a lot of things to do and a lot of other girls that are pulling at my attention, and believe me, she wakes up every single morning thinking about me, and that's going to make it impossible for her to hold on to any kind of game plan the day that we do fight. We're good?
Well, I got one more. You know, I asked you about the pressure on you, but do you think that a certain amount of pressure has been taken off of Liz, considering, you know, everyone's kind of expecting you to...
Yeah, she has nothing to lose and everything to gain, and I have everything to gain and everything to lose. So there's always a whole lot more pressure on me. But I mean, I've always, luckily, been the kind of fighter that the more pressure there is, the more that I fight above myself. My best performances are always in my biggest tournaments, and I really don't expect this to be any different. So yeah, it's a bigger deal to me. I want it more than her, and that's why I'm going to win.
Is keeping up your streak of winning by armbar, is that anything important to you, or is that just...